It was 80 degrees yesterday. 80. Wasn't very windy. Really nice out. Today, it's like low 40s, extremely windy, so we gotta work out of the garage today. I don't know what happened. We had a taste of spring and it just disappeared like that, and now I'm all cold and upset about it. I guess I should probably clean up my garage a little bit so I have a little bit more room to work here, because I don't have a very big garage, and backing this car up into here really takes away all my space, and my neighbor's staring at me because I'm staring at a camera talking to it. What is going on, guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. My neighbor is still staring at me because I'm talking to a camera with my car half in my garage. As I said before, it is freezing out here today, so we're working in the garage. Got the heater on to stay a little bit toastier. But today we are installing my Street Aero diffuser for this car, and I gotta say, I'm excited for it. Now, when I recorded the first video, I was completely exhausted, and it was a rough time for me, but I'm a little bit better today. Hopefully it's not too windy in here, so I'm probably gonna try to close my garage as much as I can, because it's a little bit drafty in here. I'm also gonna try to see if I can find another light in here so it's not as dark, because it's not super dark in here, but I feel like it's darker than it should be. So we're gonna try to figure it out, because I'm trying to stay warm, I'm trying to be able to see, and I'm trying to get this done today. The light I found isn't the brightest light, and I might have to get another heater in here because it's getting really cold in here because the breeze keeps blowing in. But we got another light hanging up, so hopefully it's a little bit brighter, so hopefully I don't look so bad. So today we are going to install our Street Aero diffuser, and I'm gonna give you guys a little explanation and a little bit of things behind it before we start it. But I'm gonna go and get my other heater first because I'm really cold in here, and I'm not having fun so far. But pretty much, we got a drill, we got some sockets, and I think this is gonna be a lot more in depth than I was anticipating originally. So it's gonna be a harder install, I think, but I think we can get it done. I think it's gonna look good when it is done, and I'm pretty excited for it. Now we should have plenty of light, and hopefully we have plenty of heat in here as well, if we can get this looking good and stuff. And you can see where I put the light, it's making my face very orange. So today, the reason I think this installation is gonna be a little bit harder is because of the diffuser itself. If you look at the bottom of this, there's no holes on it whatsoever. So that means lining everything up and putting it on there is completely up to me of how I want to do it, how I think it should be mounted, and that's pretty much the gist of it. There's no holes on here at all for mounting. So when mounting this, I need to figure all of that out myself. I've never done this before with nothing without holes, and I like having holes in it because it makes it have better points of how it should be. But when it's just like this with nothing on it, it makes it a little bit more difficult to do. Now I want to mock it up, and I might use some double-sided tape to even hold it up just temporarily so I can drill holes in there. But I gotta look on the other side of the car because I'm not even sure how to get underneath the bumper. I'm not taking this bumper off because I've heard horror stories about it. So we're gonna just take a look under the car to see how I think it's supposed to mount up and figure it out. Now my main concern is when I'm putting it up, how far is it supposed to stick out and how is this supposed to sit on here? This is one of those really weird things that I want to show you guys of like how I'm lining this up, but I don't have another person holding the camera, so it's like kind of tough to do so. So what I'm doing is I found out that the spikes on the actual bumper right here and here kind of line up with the spikes on here. So if I do it something like this, that should be the most like centered design. And then I'm gonna have it maybe stick out like an inch, but maybe not. Maybe like this. I think that looks pretty good. And then these will flip up to make it more straight, and it should look something like this. Even though like, let me see if I can get a better angle for you guys. Something along the lines of looking like this. And I think it looks pretty good and aggressive like that. So just double-siding taping it so you can see how I held it on there. This is the design I think I'm gonna go with here. I gotta tape up these sides just to mock it up, but I think this is how I'm gonna have it sitting. It's about an inch away from each side. I'm gonna double-side tape the other flap things just for a better visualization, and we'll see how that looks like that. So I soft mounted this on, and now I'm thinking, I don't even know how to mount this thing on because of the way these fins go on. And I'll show you what I mean by this. The fins kind of go where the other fins go. So I gotta figure a way to put a bolt through there to make it work. So I'm gonna do some testing and see what I can do. Just lean in here. We got one bolt through right now, just as a little pilot hole. And I still have the tape on there because I also kind of forgot to take that off, but we'll trim around that. But we got one hole in there. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but you can't see it, and it's starting to get hard mounted on there. So we're gonna do one more on this side and two on this side, and then we'll start worrying about those flaps. So we pretty much got the center part mounted on there, and it looks kind of weird without the flaps on there for right now because, well, there's nothing else kind of continuing it. So it comes with these bolts. So you put these through to sandwich them closed, so you actually have a nut to keep them together and make it so they won't fall apart. So we'll put those through, and then we'll do the flap sides. And then this install is pretty much done. It really wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be. After some finessing around, I closed the gaps, and I'm hoping this isn't going anywhere when I hit bumps. It feels pretty solid on there, so I'm pretty certain it's gonna stay on there. Now we gotta do the flap parts, and then we're pretty much done with this install. The hardest part is drilling into your plastic because it's kind of nerve-wracking and it kind of sucks doing that. But we're gonna drill into the other side, and hopefully we can finish this pretty soon. Now at this point in time, it was kind of hard to record and me just drilling into things, and I didn't think it was really interesting. The diffuser is on and we are all mounted up. I definitely want to take this thing out in the sunlight to see how it looks, but I think it looks pretty good like this. So I gotta move my mom's car. We're gonna go take it out, see how it looks. Hopefully nothing falls off and breaks, and hopefully I don't scrape, because this thing's probably gonna scrape on things now. So let's take this thing out of the sunlight. We made it fine. Yeah, we got some clearance here. I am thoroughly convinced I am perfect ride height for everything I do to this car. Front lip, that close. This, that close. We're doing well with these mods. So diffuser was a lot easier to install. It is a little bit crooked, but not too bad. I'm gonna go wash the car, and we gotta do a small little edit just to celebrate the new install. So I'm gonna catch you guys in like 36 seconds while we go wash the car. Hopefully we don't scrape on anything, and that's why I'm gonna have my windows down. It's kind of cold today, but I'm just curious if we're gonna scrape anything, because my car is now that much lower on the back. Why is this kid running at me? So we're gonna see what happens. Just drove to the car wash. I didn't hear anything. I didn't think I scraped, but we should probably check if it's still holding on how I want it to be holding on. Ooh. She's looking good. So I'm gonna wash the car real quick, and then we'll start a little edit of just the back. Really, it's gonna look good. I was just driving because I was gonna go start my edit, and I just realized that it broke. Not like bad, but the this side came off as well as this side. So I guess I gotta go home and fix that before I can even do an edit. And I'm probably not gonna have enough time to do an edit now. Sometimes stuff doesn't work out, that's why I wanted to show you guys that. So we're gonna go back and attempt to fix this, because I have an idea of how I can. So the way the bumper is designed on the BRZ, it has these like aggressive fins on there to make it look like a diffuser, right? And the problem is, when you're self-tapping these bolts into it, it's really hard to get your fingers up there to use the other hardware that they give you. The other hardware is designed to make it more secure. The problem is, there's no real way of getting your fingers in there without taking the entire bumper off, which I am not very keen on doing. Now, since just the sides came off, I should be able to stick my fingers in there and use the included hardware. I just had to drill out those holes a little bit more, and then I should be fine doing that. I think that will be an easy fix, I'm hoping, and I hope the main ones in the fins don't break, and I hope the self-tappers hold those in enough. That's my hope, and I hope this thing doesn't fall off, because that'd be very unfortunate. So we're gonna go back to my house, even though we just got all the way to the spot that I wanted to do my edit and take pictures at, which is kind of a far spot. But we're gonna go back, change out the hardware a little bit, see if the center ones are holding up. If they're not, well, I'm gonna have to figure out something of how to do it. But I think if I just change out the side spat part with the included hardware, I think we should be fine. Let's hope this works out. all, I'm pretty pleased with how it looks. It is aggressive. It is kind of OEM-esque with the STI style, and it's more aggressive like that, which I do like. There's some things that I'm not crazy over. Some things that if I was making it, I would probably want to fix and change, but I bought it from a company. We're gonna have a full review video on this product, probably as my next video, because I think it's important to have reviews, but I think it looks pretty good. I'm pleased with it. It's that slight aggression that's not over the top that I'm really about. So I think this is a win in my book. I fixed everything that was broken, so right now everything's looking good. And it's looking pretty clean. I mean, you can't say this doesn't look good. Well, maybe it's not your style and you don't like it, but I like it. And again, I did opt out of using these side spats because I don't like these at all. And I'm sorry, Street Aero, it's just not my style. I don't even know how these would go on. Like, to be completely honest, I don't even know where they go. No mountain holes. I don't know. Just playing around with these side spats, I don't have a clue where they go. I just tried to like find a place for them, and I have no clue where they were even supposed to go. I don't know. But I'm gonna leave you guys off here today, so if you guys could please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We're like 12 people away from hitting that 1,000. We're getting so close. It's becoming a reality. It's really cool. But if you guys could just please subscribe, comment, and like this video, that does more than you guys know. Helps me get more viewable, gets more people to see my content, which helps me because it's a motivator, helps me make more content for you. So if you guys can comment, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, keep doing you. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. Peace.